understand that we are at war with the people who are supposedly trying to help us. We think that what we buy at these corner stores that are ran by people who don't look like us is for us, and it's not. Not one thing in that corner store is beneficial to you, not one single thing. So that beer you drinking is killing you. That cigarillo you buy to roll your weed up in is killing you. That little jug juice you buy your daughter because she say she thirsty because she needs some water, it's killing her. Those chips that you buy with the MSG, which is monosodium glutamate, is killing you. Most of
our next presentation. Also, I want you all to know that we have Nightingale's Home Health Care here.
Just 1 second.
And she is doing blood pressure screening, diabetes screening. All right? Blood pressure is something that black men struggle with. So please come and get your blood pressure checked out. Sometimes you're dizzy. Sometimes you have headaches and you don't know why. That could very well be your blood pressure. We also have Grace Health Career Center here. If anybody is interested in developing a career in healthcare, please feel free to talk to her. We have sickle cell awareness here. We have Asase Yadura here with herbal health and herbal healing. So there's a lot for you all to take a part of between the workshops. Y'all ready for the next workshop?
Yes.
Are y'all ready for the next workshop? Sister Soraya, I don't think they ready for this jelly. In order to get their PhD degree as well as to do their residency. I have been a lifelong learner. As a healer, it's different from a physician. I'm a healer, and so I have to create a personal connection to the people whom I help. So they're not my clients; they're the people whom I help. They're the people whom I aid to get back into balance. Getting into balance means that when you came into the world, you already had a level of health that was optimal. And most of us. And so the objective for a healer is to get you back to that place of balance. So I use herbs, food, counseling, because also what your mind creates, your body imitates. So your mind, there's a mind and body connection. I also help you to organize your life so that it does not push you back into a destructive behavior pattern. In American society, we have been trained, groomed, and led and guided into a self-destructive habits. These habits are eating foods that are easy and quick, microwavable. These microwavable foods are usually artificially colored, artificially flavored, artificially preserved foods. Now, one thing that I tell all of my students is you are not a mechanism, you are an organism. Being an organism, being a natural organic being, you should eat natural organic food. Being
So in meditation, it's the practice of sitting still and not thinking. Okay, first of all, I thought thinking was a sign of intelligence. So now you telling me not to think? I don't even understand that concept. All right, I'm going to sit still and I'm not going to think. At least I think I'm not going to think. Until I tried it, y'all. Until I tried it, okay? My big blanket ambitions. I'm going to sit here and meditate for a half an hour. I ain't going to think. I thought about everything. I thought about what I was cooking for dinner. I thought about, is it over yet? I thought about, did I hear somebody knocking at my door? I thought about, it's only been 2 minutes. I thought about, why did I say a half an hour? What is this person really telling me? And this was how my meditation went the first time. So needless to say, I didn't get much meditating done, and I felt like a failure. And I couldn't understand why. And where the words came in, it became the way somebody worded it to me that worked for me. So meditation is the amount of time it takes you not to think. It's the space between one thought and the next. And that's the exercise of meditation. So if you catch yourself, and even right now you're looking around, the kids is playing, this woman is up here you don't know, never seen. You think there's some food over here, you just remember, I don't think there's a bathroom around here anywhere. These are all the kind of things that just kind of flow through your head, and these are the thoughts that we want to steal.
But, you know, basically, like I said, we don't always have somebody there to help us, so we have to be able to take a little bit time for ourselves, and that's the key, to always, even working in a hospital, my sis over here, she's a nurse. I worked in a hospital, and I was talking earlier about massages when the nurse would come around and give everybody a massage, just a 15-minute break, because that is very, very vital. So when you're at home and you are caring for your autism, whether they're elderly, whether they're autistic or whatever, take a few minutes for yourself. It's okay to say, I'm taking the next 15 minutes to a half an hour to bring myself back so that I can be able to care, you know, for my loved one or whoever it is that you're caring for.
Naturally, in birthing environments that are appropriate and safe for us. All right, we will birth our children. And the second point is we, as in we will do it ourselves, will educate our children. We will offer homeschool or extra school or supplemental education, one that reflects our children and their experience. Third point, what was the third point? We birth our children, we educate our children. What's the third point? We just came up with it. We will heal ourselves naturally, as our ancestors did. All right, so those are the 3 points. We birth ourselves, we educate ourselves, we heal ourselves. Attention. All right, so stress is not anything that we need to be afraid of, but it is something that we need to know how to handle for ourselves. So we have Nurse Natumba. She's going to come up and talk about mental health and stress relief with everybody. Y'all give her a round of applause.
What a beautiful afternoon for being outdoors. The weather's beautiful. We're enjoying this session of health and wellness. And we applaud Sister Splash for sponsoring this and bringing people out to hear about their health and wellness. Now, my topic was stress. And we've heard a lot about stress through the various other seminars. But I want to take you to the next step, because people who are under stress get depressed. If you get under enough stress, eventually you will get depressed. And after people are so depressed, they start thinking of suicide. If you don't handle your stress, it's going to make you get depressed. And eventually, one day, the thought of suicide may enter your mind. And I want you to take this information not only for yourself, but for those that are around you. We are going through some very, very difficult times right now. With the unemployment, the oppression that we're going through leads to depression. Okay? When people can't get out and make a decent living.
We're right down the street from Peaslee Market, where we can all get watermelons, where we can all get green peas that we used to eat, greens, collard greens, kale greens, where we can all get the cucumbers and lettuce that we used to eat. Also, remember your grandma's salad with the tomatoes and cucumbers and vinegar. Getting back to those simple remedies. Remember, we're going into the hospitals now more often, and as we go in, we're getting prescribed more and more medications. But I do also remember a time for which we used to do the cod liver oil, for which we used to do vinegar for high blood pressure, for which we used to simply do cinnamon, even for diabetes. And for sugar, it is possible to manage your life naturally, because we've done it. There was a time.
Basic entry-level certification. But basically, they are the ones, like I said, first responders. They have a lot of responsibility to get you stable if something were to happen, and to get you to the hospital in a decent amount of time to prevent any further complications, depending on what the situation is. So I know we're familiar with those people. Home health aides and personal care aides, also known as nurses' aides, state-tested nurses' aides, PCAs, and so many different names that are out there. But this is the #1 out of every occupation, fastest growing job out there right now. Out of every last one, this is the top one. So this is the job that's actually going to be around forever, probably, because our elderly and our chronically ill need care on a daily basis. A lot of them have a lot of comorbid or multiple illnesses that they need services on an ongoing basis with their medications, home health services, sometimes hospice services, and they need someone to take care of them. Sometimes it's family, sometimes family can't do it. So we need to, always pay respect to those, who are there to actually help. And by no means do they get paid as much as they should, because they do a lot of work for our loved ones. But